Good afternoon, Virtual Rambler families. It's Mr. Mead, and I've got some updates with some new news that I'd like to share with you today. First of all, I wanted to let you know that we have picked out our platform that we'll be using as our primary instructional platform for this year, and it is called Path Blazers. That's made by a company called Edgenuity, which has been around for a long time, and we are working as quickly as we can with this vendor to get the kids' account set up. Right now, they're telling me early next week, which does coincide with school starting. So I do not have an account myself yet. We'll be getting that early next week. I'm hoping that means Monday, but at the latest, I'm hoping it means Tuesday. And then from there, I have to set up the courses for the kids to access. So I know that there were some families asking, is school going to start next week? It is. We're officially starting the same time as everybody else. But the materials might be to follow a day or two later. So stay tuned on that. We're working as quickly as we can. I'm also very excited to report that we are not doing this by ourselves. In fact, we have now formed a little consortium of districts. Manton, Mesick, Pine River, and McBain are all going to be using this platform with our kids. And we've made what we call a professional learning community, where some of the other teachers in the other districts are working with me and vice versa to, as we all figure this out, as we kind of build the airplane as it's taking off, that we're not doing it by ourselves. We're sharing information and best practices as we figure them out. So Tuesday, which is the first day of school, I'll actually be with those teachers setting up the courses that your kids are going to be using for the rest of the school year. So that will not be ready on the first day of school, but I'm hoping to be doing that work on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I'm setting aside my entire day and most of my evening to meet you at the school and provide your student with their iPad or MacBook if they're a fifth grader. And so Tuesday, I'll be with the other teachers building the courses. Next Wednesday, if you could come to the school between 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock, or between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock if you need to get off work. I will be sitting at a table in front of the school, so got my fingers crossed. It's not going to rain, but I'll be at a table in front of the school, and you can drive up and pick up your child's electronic device. There's an agreement that you have to sign, which Mrs. Vandervlucht is going to be sending out later today or tomorrow. So you can take a look at that. But those are some of the big things. We have to have a device to do the work on, and we have to have work to do, and I'm hoping to have both of those things ready to go by the middle of next week. I'll keep you posted on our progress. What is the platform like? I really like the platform that we're going to be using. There aren't a lot of options for elementary schools with virtual education. Most of them are for secondary students. But this one seems pretty kid-friendly, and it will give them some instruction, it lets them practice, and then it lets them prove that they've demonstrated proficiency by doing some work on their own. And most of it is self-correcting, so they will know immediately if they've got it right or wrong. So a lot of our work will be done through Path Blazers, but I will also be having, in fact, I'm ordering these now. We will have some handwriting books for the kids to use, and I'm going to get some spelling books and also some writing books, and there will also be some writing assignments throughout the year that I will be grading, because obviously a human being needs to read the writing and give a grade and give feedback. And so as your highly qualified teacher, I will be doing that throughout the school year. And, again, a lot of these are ideas in my head right now, and they haven't all been built yet, but we're moving very, very quickly, and fortunately, I have done this before at other districts, and so hopefully it'll be a little quicker than it would have been otherwise. Okay, tech pickup, we've talked about that. Start time, it looks like I've got pretty much everything on my list covered in this 5-minute video. The last thing I wanted to just share with you was an analogy that came to me as I was kind of wrestling through how much can I do. I do have 50 students at 6 different grade levels from kindergarten to 5th grade, and all the subject content that goes with that. So it's a lot. But one thing that helped me was to remember the difference between a house and a tent. A house is something that is very complicated. You build it, it takes a long time, and it's a ton of work, and it's something that you're going to be staying in for a long, long time. A tent is something that you put up in a hurry, and tents are fun. You can do a lot of things in tents. You don't want to stay in them forever, but it will get the job done. If it's raining, you'd be a lot better off in a tent. than out in the rain. And our virtual school this year is more like building a tent than building a house. It may not have everything that we need, might not have a kitchen sink in it even, but it's going to get the job done. I know that you have picked a virtual option for your kids for some very, very specific reasons during this very difficult time. And so I'm really glad that I can help meet those needs. I know that we're not going to have everything that the kids might have right here in a classroom at McBain, but we're going to make it as good as we possibly can. So in the meantime, if you've got specific questions for me, you're welcome to reach out to me via email. And I'm also going to do something right now. I'm going to share my phone number with you. This will be the number that I'll be calling from if I need to give you a call. So if you want to add me to your contact list in your phone, that's fine. But the number is 231-709-7031, and you're welcome to give me a call. Worst case, if I'm in a meeting, it might go to voicemail, and I'll call you right back. So looking forward to working with everyone this year, and we will talk to you soon. Go Ramblers!